The following video contains spoiler-free clips from No Game, No Life for critique and review purposes only, as defined by fair use. If you like what you see, please support the official release through the links below. Thanks.
Hey guys, it's Matt Goldsman. I warned you it was going to happen. Today is my first anime review. Now, there was a lot of different shows I was considering doing for my first review, but since this show just ended today, I figure why not be topical and review this show. Here's my review of No Game, No Life. The story of No Game, No Life follows the brother and sister combo Shiro and Sora, who are two NEET. NEET being not in education, employment, or training. Now the thing is, these two are really, really good at games, and not just video games, just all games in general. Then one day, a guy claiming to be God asks them if they think they were born into the wrong world. And they respond by saying their world is just a really shitty game. At that point, he takes them into his own alternate world, in which everything is determined by simple games, including country borders. Now that's the basic synopsis of the show, so I don't really want to get too much into it beyond that. At first glance, the show kind of reminded me of Sword Art Online. And then I very quickly realized it wasn't Sword Art Online, and then it made me think of Log Horizon. And then after thinking about it even more, I realized it wasn't Sword Art Online or Log Horizon, it was something very unique altogether. Sword Art Online and Log Horizon both deal with people being trapped inside of alternate worlds, alternate virtual reality worlds against their will. This show is a show where they willingly go into an alternate world that's not a video game, it's just a completely different world that goes by completely different rules. So while it's similar in nature in the fact that they're in different worlds, in this show, they even say, usually the protagonist of a show would try to leave here, but they have absolutely no intention of doing so. They really want to live there, and they really want to make the best of it. And now they're sort of set on a world domination path, which is really cool. The main protagonists of the show, Sora and Shiro, they're not without their share of weaknesses, but they also sort of remind me of Lelouch from Code Geass, because they both have this they have very similar ambitions, but they have those similar ambitions for different reasoning, so I'm not going to say that they're all that similar, but they are pretty similar as far as characters are concerned. And that also includes how smart and cleverness is concerned, because the show's writing, incredibly clever writing, and incredibly smart writing for that too. It seems like every challenge that they're faced against is escalated to some ridiculous degree, and overall, it just makes for an incredibly entertaining show. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, there's great characters, clever writing, and they do a pretty good job at world building in the beginning without spending all too much time on it. And I have to say, speaking of time, the pacing, I've had absolutely no issues with. I usually don't like bringing up pacing, but it's something a lot of people sort of get annoyed with very easily, so I feel like I have to bring it up, but the pacing's great. The only thing I would have a complaint about in that regard is the fact that the show is only one core and is 12 episodes. It's 12 episodes, doesn't have a real ending yet, and no season 2 has been confirmed as of yet. Now, I'm assuming season 2 is going to happen because there really isn't an ending right now, and I'd really love for a season 2, and it seems like the whole first season's point was to set up for a season 2. But I mean, we've seen it before where a show sets up for it and then nothing happens and comes of it. I'm looking at you, Dead Man Wonderland. But at the same time, the series is a lot more popular in Japan than Dead Man Wonderland ever was, so I'm pretty confident this show is going to get a second season, in which case I'll be here to watch it for sure, because it was a lot of fun. It's not the most original concept, but it's definitely one of the most fresh. Going to an alternate universe isn't something new in anime, but the ideas and the rules and just the layout and the premise of the new world in this show is what makes it feel so fresh and so good. Like I said, it's only 12 episodes, but it's short, sweet, and a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it. But, and here's something I'm going to address every time I do an anime, is it good for someone who's never seen anime before? Now, to be brief, the reason I want to do this is because there's a lot of shows out there which are just a bit too much for Western audiences to handle without having watched anime before. So it's something I feel like I should address every time I do watch anime, just so in case someone wants to make a transition into anime, that would be a good time to do it. I might make a standalone video for just the best shows to watch for people who are only accustomed to Western shows, but this show absolutely not a good first step, because there's a few things that may be off-putting for some people. Now also for this series, I want to stick to MAL ratings, and MAL ratings don't allow for decimal scores. So I give No Game No Life a 9 out of 10. It's very close 9 though, very close, and I just gave it to it. Typically I'll round down when I'm doing scores, but this time I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. It's a very good show. I definitely recommend it. So that's that. Also guys, this and next week starts the new season of television shows, so if there's something you want my impressions of, leave a comment down below and let me know what to check out. This TV Talk series is for full reviews of series or for impressions of the first episodes of series. So if there's something you want me to cover, please leave a comment down below and let me know. Also, I linked you to my anime list in the description, which is a list of everything I've watched and the scores I've given them. So if there's anything on that list you want me to cover, also leave a comment down below and be sure to let me know. Also in that description, which is packed full of links by now, you can get the links for where you can legally watch No Game No Life. So, with that being said, I've been Matt Goldsman, this has been another edition of Matt Watches, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sherlock. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sherlock is a British television show that's an adaptation of the character Sherlock Holmes brought into the modern era. What's really unique and interesting about this show is that they only have one season every 2 years, and each season only has 3 episodes in it. So it's not that committing of a